Oh, the microphone's been on the whole time. Whoopsie. That's really funny. Ow. I guess that's basically good enough then. Oh, I'm doing double again. Oh. I know how to fix this. I'll just get rid of the thing that I was doing. What was it called? The monitoring. One moment. Alright, it sounds like the microphone isn't messed up today, so sounds good to me. Hello, Buck. Hello, Jaguar. Hello, Misha. Hello, Donna. Hope you're all having a good enough Sunday. A good Sunday. I mean, I say good enough and not pessimistic tone because it is the end of Sunday and everyone knows the first part of Sunday is lit, the last part of Sunday is not. Because that means Monday is coming up, but I hope everyone is still enjoying themselves. Is that what you got today? We'll see what I have. I don't know if I'm gonna have a whole lot. I'm mostly, I think, just gonna be exploring the synthesizer over here. The one that there's still a lot of stuff in it that I'm not really familiar with yet. A lot of different tones and sounds. So I want to get more familiar with it. There's a possibility I'll make it a bit more of like a main synthesizer in the future. So it'll help me to get more used to it. I just woke up in the last hour and I'm already back in bed. Wow. Wait, you woke up at 9 p.m.? Huh? Hello, Ness. Not a very good keyboard, that one. Can't really read very well what's on the screen from this angle. It's still kind of hard to read what's on the screen from this. I can read it just fine, but it's a very particular level of lighting that makes it kind of hard to read with this terrible, cheap webcam from like 2018 or so. Was up for about 24 hours, so oh, I see. 24 whole hours, wow. This one's called Abandoned Piano. I could probably stand to get that one little keyboard thing that I sometimes have. What's it called? Synthesia. Hello, sucker. 85 hours straight. 85 hours straight. How do you do it? That sounds impossible. Yeah, I would not recommend that either. Is that a nut dealer rental do you reference? No, it's a near automata reference. Is this how I get it to work? Yeah, close enough. That's very dangerous. Unable to fall asleep. Oh, the bad insomnia. I see. The really bad insomnia. Just hitting random notes. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, does this sound as good in performance mode? I doubt it does, but I might as well try. C major jazz. It's not jazz yet. No, you gotta throw a black key in it for it to be jazz. You gotta go. You gotta do. F sharp major. Yeah, I guess if it's F sharp major, then. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm fighting the demon that is Roland, where there's two modes to play a lot of these Roland synthesizers, which is there's a single patch mode, and then there's a multiple patch mode, where if you do the multiple mode, you can play multiple patches at once, but it doesn't sound as good because you can't have a single effect on a single, I guess, patch. So you can hear something's kind of lost if I go. This is that abandoned piano. You got some serious reverb on that. Lots of reverb. You hear like a bunch of like stuff hitting the walls and echoing and some serious echo. Maybe I can make the music a little bit louder. But if I do the multiple patch mode and do the same instrument, then it sounds kind of there's just no echo at all. No echo at all. What happened? Actually, what if I press this button? That might do something. Switch this over to reverb, I guess? I don't know. It says it's on. I doubt it, but it says it's on. It says the reverb is on. Oh well. It doesn't particularly matter. This particular one that I got has an extra bank on it, so I just want to go through the stuff that's on that bank. I don't know if I'll make anything in particular. It'd be cool if I did make something, but I didn't give myself a lot of time. Most of what I've been doing today is mostly just researching a lot of the Umineko soundtrack. Umineko no Nakokoro ni. Since I have a lot of gear that was used on that soundtrack. Hello, Cooper. Nekoberos. I want to make a joke about the word reverb, but that doesn't really work with... See, Ro has like a V and an R in it, which is what also reverb has, but the... Well, it is the same order too. V, R, V, E... Nekoverb. Verb, it's what you do. What was that weird thing about verb? It's what you do. I think it would resonate well. That is a good joke. Vitamin B. Why is this organ called vitamin B? These organs are not that great. Could definitely go for a better organ somewhere. I'll make a joke, but I'm tired. I'm tired too. They sound like organs. They don't sound like particularly crazy organs. Just typical organs. This one's called Smoky Water, which definitely sounds like a Smoke on the Water reference. I don't know about that. Most people didn't have access to church organs. Well, I mean, you can find better organs on this somewhere else, I think. Mist on the River. I didn't even know what Smoke on the Water was until after getting a guitar when people were talking about it. It was already fairly old by the time I picked up a guitar. I don't know about synthesized guitar. When I think of when I think of like guitar synthesizers, synthesizer like guitars inside of synthesizers, I have like two options really. I either want like the real guitar or a cheesy old terrible guitar. So a lot of this stuff around this time period for guitars doesn't really make a lot of sense for me. It's like in the middle and not really in like an uncanny way that I really like myself that much either. 71, 71. I thought it was the 60s. Wow. I like that little bass slide. Kind of sounds like a car vrooming. Vroom. Pretty sure, pretty sure. Good luck on the no yapping. Hello, Nanami. Thank you. I think I'm doing a pretty terrible job because I'm yapping a lot, but it's fine. No worries. It's obviously Ungslop. I think it's advanced Unk at that point. You get cold, I won you lose. Here's my trap card against that. Here's my trap card against that. I laugh at everything. It's a nice sound for some airplanes. It is, yeah. The issue I have with it, at least, is it has that like one voice, like not. It has like a portamento. It has like a one voice thing, so it could work if I don't accidentally press the next note before letting go of the one before. She kind of paid me for a second now. Carefully things are, yeah, you kind of do. Well, I guess I can mess with that. Why not? Well, sequence that I suppose. I'm like kind of. Let's make this a 6 out of 8. I don't know what to do with. Let's make it a 6 out of 8 rhythm. I don't know what I'm doing. What happened here? Stop. What's the opposite of slop? Gem, innit? At least I think gem. Is gem the opposite of slop? I actually have no clue. I can't keep up with this anymore. But I feel like it's gem. Good gem. How does that work? I want to make some gems though. I want to make lots of gems. You are a gem. What? How do I respond? What? Huh? What? Compliment? How do I respond to a compliment? I'm not sure. I don't know how to respond to a compliment, so I'll just go, yes. Very awkwardly just go, yes. Oh. You blush furiously as you proclaim your love to chat. Oh, yeah. Yes. I guess that's one way to respond. Except I'm like tsundere, except the part where I'm baka. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know how to respond to that, baka. I don't know how to respond to a compliment. Uh-huh. Except the part where you have to actually insult and be mean to us, which you tried to do, but... Well, how would I be mean to you? How would I be mean to you? Like, I could like, ban you all, but why would I do that? How about insults? Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled elderberries. Where's that from? The only place I've ever heard of elderberries was from a movie quote, but I forget what the elderberries movie was from. That was Monty Python? Which one? I know like a little bit of Monty Python, but not a whole lot. I remember watching a little bit. I know about the evil rabbit that kills people, and I know about the night you say knee and the flesh wound, and um there's another one that I like from Monty Python, but I forget what it's called. There weren't everyone was three of me and I watched it like 3 times. You watched it more than I did. Why in the world? Oh. I don't know about this patch, honestly. It sounds a little too... The attack is a little too strong. Prepare to be violently taunted by a Frenchman atop a castle wall. Why would... French people are scary. Okay, I don't know about that patch after all. Too bad, so sad. Next one. Next one. Throw a transient shaper on it and knock down the attack. Okay, so transient is the attack then, basically? Transient shaper. I guess there's like a effect, like a plugin. I don't got one of those. String EXP, like experience points? Oh, it's a kilohertz thing. I tried to download their free bundle at one point. It didn't end up with everything. I need to look into it again sometime. I heard they have a really good reverb. Or no, I'm thinking of Valhalla reverb or something else reverb that someone else recommended me at some point. One of these days I'll actually get into that. They have like a phase thing that I liked from a tutorial I watched a long time ago. Very epic strings. Very epic strings for when you want to not play music at the same time as play music. Epic strings for a soundtrack, a movie soundtrack where you want to just stand out as little as possible. I could probably rate classical music if I locked the heck in. I just don't lock in with classical music. Flap strings, what the heck is this supposed to be? '70s TV show, what? I didn't really watch 70s TV shows. I don't know what they sound like. Dynam Orc, I'm gonna guess that's orchestra. Hollywood Brass. It's a very movie score, yeah. Full Monty. Hello, America. Heroes theme. Hello, Mopoison. I feel like 3/4 is so hard to work with. My melody always ends up being in 4/4 rhythm. Same here. Same here. Mm-hmm. Okay, the movie patches are done. Stab dance. 6/8 a lot. 3/4 is hard to work with, but for some reason 6/8 is a lot easier for me to work in. This could be fun, actually. Da 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 da. That could work in like a something. I'm rest now. Good night. Have a good sleep. I like that. I like that. I could use that in a funny, like, pizza towery kind of like sound. Isn't 6/8 the same as 3/4 if you just double the tempo? 3/4. The difference between 3/4 and 6/8 is basically like, uh, it's the subdivision. It's the subdivision. So 3/4 is like 1, 2, 3. 6/8 is 1, 2, 3. It's like yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What makes 6/8 different though is that there's like a division in the middle. It's like, how do I explain this? I'm like sleepy, so I can't explain it well. If you took a 3/4 and then like cut it in half, that would give you 6/8. The way that it's counted, it's like 3/4 is firmly in threes, but you could technically count 6/8 as like two halves, where it's like, I guess 3/4 feels like a single triplet, whereas 6/8 feels like two triplets, which means you can have a beat like every consistent. You could technically still have like two beats every measure, technically, kind of like two half notes in 4/4. Something similar to that with 6/8. Dotted quarter note. Yeah, so dotted quarter notes don't really work in 3/4, but dotted quarter notes work. Wait, yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. Is it dotted quarter or dotted half? Dotted half. It's dotted something. It's dotted something. It's dotted quarter. It's dot. Is it dotted quarter? It's dotted quarter. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wait, no, no, no. It's not. Uh, yes. Instead of two half notes, it's two dotted quarter notes. And you can do like. Okay, so 3/4 is like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't explain it very well. Basically, 3/4 cannot be subdivided in a half, but 6/8 can be subdivided in half, and this can give you a different kind of like vibe to it. Basically, it's hard to explain. If I was like writing this out on paper, I'd be a lot better at that. 2716 Mother Beat. That isn't actually all I've heard about that. I've heard about that lore. I don't know what the actual issue was again, but it was like a very ridiculous Mother 3 time signature that turned out to just like not actually be a crazy time signature. Electro Tingle. This feels like a thing that would go on like a Bill Wirtz video almost. How goofy. There's like a hit there, there's a percussion there, and a piano at the same time. They sped up the tempo so the song is actually in a different insane 4/4. Yeah, yeah, it was like 4/4. You're right. It was like actually 4/4, but it was like weird. Different BPM. Yeah, it was a different BPM. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so bizarre. Who was the composer for that again? Was that Shogo Sakai? Was it? It was the Hell guy who. It wasn't Hyptonica like with Mother 2 though. It does not sound for. It does not. You're right. It does not sound like it at all. Yeah, I guess I'll have a sustain to it. Which one is sustain? I don't. I think I was at 75 with Roland. I don't know if Roland... Hold on. Which one was it? I should have said hold it. Oh. I'm holding it. It's like a single hit. Oh. I wonder though. What about release? It just kind of sounds like an organ that's just like... It sounds weird. Now for the classic synthesizer lead kind of stuff. Pretty intense sounding stuff though. This is one of those crazy echo effects where if you make a single mistake, you're gonna hear it for like, it's gonna stick with you. I don't know if anyone else has seen that funny video before, but there is like when you make a single guitar mistake with echo on, and it's just, this guy just goes throughout the rest of his day, he still continues to hear the echo of that effect. I like that little lead of some sort. Oopsie, little mistake. It's very bright and nice sounding. Gonna make a note of this at least. Just sounds kind of cute almost. Making a personal note of this little sound. It's like almost like a pizzicato, but also not. Oh, Kit Kat. It's a nice little trance sound. I'll hold on to that if I ever have to do like a trance remix of something. Sometimes there's stuff on here that sounds like it would work for sound effects for a film or something, but not necessarily actual sound, actual music. That's epic. Can't believe there's actually something called That's Epic. Oh my goodness. Like lower the attack on that actually. Let me just lower the attack on that thing from a while ago. I can do that. What the? That's interesting. That could be a fun little modulation. By changing the attack, it sounds entirely different. Well, that is also how music works, but that's also... Oh. Don't like the way that... Yeah, the way it modulates is not very clean, no. Like, this part does not sound that good, no. Around 67, it starts to sound kind of icky. I wonder if I can change the decay or something to make that a little better. Probably not, but... Six, seven, that's right. First thing I hear when I open the stream is 6-7. You should know me by now. You should know me by now. Hello, Souffle Fennec. Hello, teenagers. Kind of difficult to plan it though. Glad how are you tonight? I'm sleepy, but I did a few things that won't amount to much. But I did a few things today. I'm gonna feel accomplished about that. Not looking forward to tomorrow because tomorrow is Monday, and you should know me. I'm no orange cat. I'm no orange cat. I hate Mondays, but I will live. As should you all. Yeah, I don't know about that. I still don't know about that. But I want to throw this in top of something. Oh, how delicious lasagna will be. I'm probably not eating lasagna tomorrow, but I have chocolate prepared for tomorrow, so... I need my, cope with Monday stuff. If I'm lucky, I'll get to finish up making a silly little music, talking video this week. I'm not going to stream on Mondays, I typically don't, but I would like to play a lot of Mean at the Holler this week. Interesting little game. This should be this one right here. Basically what I want with this is I want major thirds, not minor thirds. So I'm just going to, I doubt this will sound any good, but I want a good arpeggio over this at least. I don't know what that, but whatever, I'll just throw something. Why the... What? Huh? Why are you back to... No, go back to major. That doesn't really work very well, but whatever. I tried. What else is there to here to mess with? What an actual spaceship. kind of weird. Hmm. I don't know about this bank. I'll just mess with other stuff. Interesting they added a bunch of, like, super cells onto this. That could be useful someday. Every time I come to this, I forgot about this one. Every time I come back to this particular patch, I keep thinking it sounds kind of like Super Mario Galaxy, but I can't really tell where. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Nope. That sounds really freaky. That's just a whole sample at that point. That's just a whole sample from like some sample CD or something practically. Well, yeah, it probably is. I still gotta play Super Mario Galaxy 2. Or rather, I did start, but I never finished it. I feel like I should finish it. These patches would really work really well for, like, I think a decent part of a video game soundtrack. Not really much of like an action-y part of a game, but definitely more of like a... I mean, it would definitely work in a game like Mario Galaxy, which is why it was used a lot in Mario Galaxy, but... Is that another patch with the word epic in it? How many of these are there? 3. There's 3 whole patches on this stupid thing with the word epic in them. Are you kidding me? I can tell this thing was made in 2004. Which pink was it I was looking at last? Yeah, it was this one. not terribly interested in doing a lot of ambient music, but I guess if I were to do some ambient music, this would be a pretty good choice. That was obviously a Mario Galaxy one. Okay, about 35 minutes left. Let me try to at least make something that might not be amazing, but whatever. Just gonna frick around with something. I'm not fricking around enough. Alright, with this channel, I will do... I like this one. Alright, just go with a simple arpeggio here. Okay. This one might need to be shrunk a little bit. I don't know exactly about this, but whatever. Alright, well. Don't know, but we'll throw something else on top of that. I don't know what, but I'll throw something else. Channel 2. Alright, what do we throw in here? Let's double that. Well, cool. We've got 8 bars to do whatever with. I feel like a Rhodes piano would work pretty decently. Shh, what are you doing? Shut up! Shut up! Wasn't there a weird thing I wanted to like... What was Himalaya ice on this again? Why is that doing that? Why is that happening? Huh? Oh, I probably recorded incorrectly. Yep. I was worried for a second that I had like so easily hit like a hardware limitation of the synthesizer, but no. I found this when I was researching earlier. I don't know if it's like an issue with my audio interface, but I feel like there's a very specific bass note that just does not capture very well for some weird reason, and I'm not really sure why. It's definitely the audio interface and not the mixer after testing, but it was a specific like F sharp 1 that just, no matter what I did, I could not get it to like really. It was really weird, and now I'm seeing it happen on another synthesizer, so I know it's not my synthesizer that's the issue. I wonder why, specifically F sharp 1 and like the adjacent notes are like really struggling to get caught by my audio interface. I wonder why. Specifically this octave too, because it seems fine on the upper octave above it. So weird. It might really behoove me to get a new audio interface sometime. That would prevent some of the weird driver issues I have too, and possibly some of the weird cases where I start crackling my voice on stream for some reason. Hello, Incognito. How are you doing today? Do you exclusively use presets from your synth, or do you also use VSTs as well? I do use VSTs sometimes. I have a weird obsession almost with like 2000s era synthesizers, so sometimes I'll use this Korg VST called, once it loads, this Korg Triton VST I use sometimes. It was originally released around 2000, but the company Korg made a VST of it, and I like playing with it. Because they're used a lot in video games, and this is apparently the thing that gets me obsessed with music making. There's a few other VSTs I make, but they're usually not the newest. But I feel like it would be smart of me to use some newer stuff too. I think there's some new stuff I use. What else do I use? What do I use that's like modern? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I guess I like retro game music a lot. Have you tried Serum? I tried it a long time ago. I don't have it downloaded though. I haven't had any particular inclination to get to it, but I guess as far as like... I think when it comes to like preset heavy VSTs, the more modern ones, I don't have them, but I would probably be more inclined to use stuff like Nexus or Omnisphere. I don't have either of them, but I feel like I'd be very inclined to go towards those. I have Massive, I guess. I just have literally never opened it. I have Massive. I have, what was the other popular thing? I guess Serum is definitely the really popular one. I guess I'm like a hipster or something. Was the Nightmare Sub? Was it? Interesting. I'm not a huge fan of, I think, Spectrasonics, but I like some of their stuff. Mostly just on virtue of it's used a lot in video games today. I think Omnisphere, as well as this Fantom-XR on my desk, were both really common in Mario Kart 8, I think, too. I'm having a bit of a hardware synthesizer phase at the moment. I will probably phase out of it eventually, though. Oh, eventually. I'm just trying to vibe through this phase. You know, it'd be a lot easier if a lot of these older companies would actually make VSTs of their stuff just like Korg, but nope. Most of them have not done that, so... I do like Korg a lot, though. So, I use Korg stuff a lot, I guess. The Korg VSTs. Try to find some kind of like weird sound effect of some sort to throw in this little bar here. Well, let me throw here. How much do you think you've spent on music in total? I don't want to think about it, but I've probably a decent amount by now. Quite a lot by now, probably. I could stand to sell some of it, maybe. I like a lot of it, though, but yeah. This is definitely... I don't know how to feel about spending money with music, because I think several years ago... I'm definitely a preset user, and I wasn't really sure what to do, and everyone on the internet was saying at the time, if you want free, good-sounding stuff, here, have Synth 1 and 25,000 patches, go nuts, and that was kind of a way to get me lost, and I kind of like fizzled out and just kind of gave up on music for a few years. I don't want to spend money on music, but also, it does seem to generally throw me in a better direction with, like, playing with stuff, so... I've slowed down a lot since the beginning of this year, though. You sound kind of tired. Are you good? Yeah, no worries. I'm definitely tired, but it's okay. Where'd that meow one go? Meow lead. Give it a little meow. For no good reason, I'm just gonna throw this meow sounding thing here. For no good reason, then I feel like it. That's terrible sounding. We're just gonna keep running with it for now, though. I need another idea of some sort. So this is C major on top of D for no reason, and then this is just a simple G major chord. Following that, what else could I do, I wonder? Hi, Portunon. Posted to the wrong window. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think you're kidding. I think you're just kidding. Coming up with a chord progression and then a rhythm to go that's actually half decent is difficult, to say the least. Which type of license do you put your song? What's a license? I ain't got no license. I got a license to kill. I mean the rights. Rights? What are rights? What is... Is it like a MIT coding license or something? Or... As in, do you like a remix of the song, I'm guessing? I never really thought about that. Like, ever. I don't think I'm really significant enough of a person to do remixes of in the first place. I never once thought about that. I never released music in the first place. I mean, I'd like to someday though, but I never have. You have a YouTube? I guess YouTube like asks you if you're okay with remixing. I think I think it asks that. I think it yeah, I think I get I check that box. Yeah, people are allowed to remix it, although I've like decided I think I might disable that because I think YouTube is going to like AI train on that or something, and I'm not a fan of that. So that's about all I know. I guess YouTube's asked about that. I completely forgot. I really have not thought about it like at all. I'm so insignificant that like I never even like imagined anyone would ever remix stuff I make. I haven't released anything in the first place. Maybe when I release an album on Bandcamp or something, I'll actually think about this stuff seriously. Most of the content was either remix or covers now. Mm, I made a few weird video game related, like, I did a cover, I guess. I did like a remix or two, come to think of it, yeah. I did a few remixes. The shorts tab on my channel has a lot more. Well, actually, I think I've unlisted most of that now. I should probably upload those as regular tracks, yeah. I had a bunch of shorts for original music that I made, but I kind of took those all down because I was worried about YouTube doing some kind of stupid AI training on them. So I have genuinely have not been paying attention. These are things I should think about. I think you're probably right. These are probably things I should think about. I pretty much just never once thought of anything I make as like really worth attention. What tracks do I mean total? Are you asking how many? Or how many? I don't know. I don't know. I probably made like 100. Well, not finished though. No, I made like a probably several hundred ideas that never went anywhere. I do not have an answer because I don't really keep track of that either. Am I weird? I think I'm weird about this, maybe. I am just drifting with the wind. I'm worried. I focus on. I make sure like a lot of the times that like the legality of like stuff I use is like all good, but I don't really focus too much on the. Am I allowed to remix this? Am I allowed to cover this? I don't really think about a lot of that stuff. You're just free. I mean, I really just think of myself as insignificant, so it doesn't really matter what I do. That's what it comes down to. I don't think of what I do as significant enough to really think about the details of. It's more like an inferiority complex than anything else, if I had to be honest. Nothing really gets deleted from YouTube, even if the original uploader delete them. Yeah, for all I know, YouTube might just like never delete it and then train on anyways. Let's see. FACE. So we want to go stupider and make that put like a D in the base and then D in the base for the first beat and then F B D F A. That would be a minor. Oh, so D to G. No, G. Wait, where's the G? No, I meant G. I don't know if it's inferiority complex. No, I definitely have inferiority complex about it. I overthink. Nope, I don't overthink at all. I don't think it at all. The way I'm thinking about this topic is I know I'm not significant enough to care about this, so I don't think about it. That's why I don't really have an answer for like what I'm doing. If I ever it's a bridge to cross someday where if I'm actually like having stuff worth ever publishing, then I will think about the intricacies of publishing then. DFAC, so throwing a B flat in the bass could be funny there, so you're gonna be a B flat. Give me a freaking ninth chord for fun. And then D, F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp. G, B, D. Oh, so that's also, that's our one chord, I think. So that will, so, yeah, I guess I'll stick with a G for that one. This would also have to be a B flat. And then the last chord here is D, F sharp, B, D. D, F sharp, B, D. Oh, B, D, F sharp. So, yep, back to G, I guess. How dull. Does Bandcamp allow for publishing the way you feel comfortable with? Probably. I've never looked into it though. That's a bridge I'll cross when I get to it. Oh, I see why this is like slightly behind. I see the issue. Mm-hmm. The weird thing with knowing music theory is like I know what chords I'm using, so I kind of get locked into. Well, I can't think about what chords I'm using, or else like I completely. There's like two ways to approach writing with music theory. It's either go into writing with the chord progression you know you're going to use, or stumble upon a cool chord progression by accident by just trying random notes, but only later you like analyze what the heck you just did, and then from there you can make the chord first or the melody first. Kind of flip a coin. Sometimes one, sometimes the other. I feel like I typically go for the chord first, but this results in a kind of boring melody, so I don't know. I feel like I really ought to start with the melody sometime though. I guess myself personally, I mostly just do the chord first, but I feel like it's perfectly fine to start with the melody first. I've done that before actually, once or twice, and it's really cool to just like come up with random chords that sound like they would accompany the melody interestingly. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I have not the slightest clue what the heck I'm going with here, though. Not the slightest clue. Into some lo-fi beats. Yeah, probably. You could probably pull this into lo-fi beats for sure. You would need, like... I don't know what you'd need. You need... I don't know. I had a lo-fi phase. I haven't really done anything with that with lo-fi in ages, but I had a phase for that. I haven't touched lo-fi music in like 8 years now, I guess. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of whatever the heck I'm coming up with right now. I don't know what it is, but something is just like not meshing with me. Well, let's just pick a random like... kind of sounding really weird. I don't know. And I'm expected to just come up with like a... Hello, Amuli. How are you doing? How was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. How's everyone doing? Welcome in. Let me record a drum track real quick. We were just chatting. Hello, Found on Earth. Compose stream. Ooh, are you doing a compose stream? That's not working. Not lined up very well. Oh no. Oh, you're playing Chrono Trigger to beat all endings today. Ah, I love Chrono Trigger. You beat all the endings? How many endings have you beaten? I only beat one ending. I almost missed a music stream. I almost missed a music stream. You're really good at this. I'm really sorry for finding it funny. This happens a lot. I hope you're really enjoying Chrono Trigger, though. I love Chrono Trigger. Hello, the hideout. Hello, LA. This isn't the most timed ball rhythm. I'm kind of bad at this. 10 endings out of 13? That's a lot of endings. I guess the music's a little too loud. That's a lot of endings. Wow. Must be really enjoying it. I wonder what... I don't know how many endings there are. I always assumed there was maybe 3 or 4. I gotta time this. It's not very timed very well. This bass is not exactly the best. Not a fan of this so far. Ah! It's not timed very well. I'm going to let it play without the frickin' drums and then I'll line up the drums. Good gravy. I think it's mostly fine. I don't think the music I'm making is very good. I'm just messing around. I'm not worried about having good or bad music. I'm just messing around. I would like to someday make good music. I don't know if that day is gonna happen in my mind, but until then I'm just gonna mess around. I'm so bad at scratching out like drum patterns. With that one, it sounded like it was in the same sphere as the menu of music from Mario Kart Wii. Yeah. I had that for the longest time as the opening for my stream. But I don't really remember. I don't think I'm using that anymore. Oh, I see the issue. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you recording for? What are you recording for? Shut up. It's a rather boring drum beat, but I can modify it later. I would make something, get sick at listening about 30 minutes, and start delete edit the menus at the round by the one I mark in the circular repeats. Oh no, you gotta at least hold on to them. Don't delete them. Never delete them. Save them somewhere on the hard drive that you totally forget. Totally forget about it. Come back to it like a month later. And then go, huh, that's not too bad. I get the opposite for the most part though. The more I listen to something, I start to like it even if it's terrible. Yeah. Hold on, let me show you the last one they did last weekend. This isn't that terrible though. 1 second. Okay, let me open up the last one that I did. The last stream I did. So this one? Yeah, no, yeah. It was this one. No, that's not what I did. What did I do last time? What did I do last stream? I'm getting confused. Hold up. Hold up. It would have been last weekend. I was messing around last weekend and it wasn't amazing, but it was something. What was it? 2026? That would have been last weekend. This is what I... No, it wasn't. The heck is this? This was the one I came up with. What's... Why is this not... Why is this audio not working? Huh? Why is the audio not working? It should be playing, huh? Why are we not... Huh? Why is the percussion not working? I had a sample that I made from my synthesizer last weekend that was... Why? I'm so confused. What? I suddenly can't play it anymore. Also muted. Do you need the synth? I have the synth plugged in. It's really weird because it's this one thing here which was recorded as audio. That's awkward. I don't know why it's not. Huh. I actually don't know why this isn't working. Oh, do I need this? Oh, there we go. That was it. That was it. I had just some odd audio issue. It was this. Yes, this was the one I did last weekend. Oh. You think having expensive hardware makes your life easier? You'd think so, yeah. This is just me being silly, though. But yeah, this was the thing that I came up with last, where I don't think it sounds very good at all. But the more I listened to it, I was like, this sounds alright. But I don't really know, I don't think it does. I guess it doesn't sound terrible though, it's just the sample that I took doesn't sound as good as I thought it did is all. There's some ideas here though. Especially drum beat oriented and certain things were tweaked. Yeah, I guess this isn't too bad. I got myself used to listening to this as I was constantly looping over and over and over and over last weekend. Then I woke up the next day. And I was like, this is terrible. What am I doing here? And like a whole week later, I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad actually. It's incomplete, but I guess it could be salvaged. Give me just a moment. Actually, I know exactly what to do here. Let me add a sample that I have. I don't know. How do I drag this onto... I'm not sure how I often use this. Wait just a moment, I'm just going to... One moment. About 22 bars. I just need 22 bars right now. Just gonna record this weird sampler thing I'm using, and then I'll just slap it on top of this. I think it's about as long. Wait, what was that? Let me just make a note of what that was. It's called Box Set 1. I kinda hear it. Once again, I can't hear it. Why can't I? It's so weird. Here we go. The weirdest way to chop up a drum break is just have the volume cut in and out with weird shapes. Not too bad now. Yeah, it kind of lines up pretty well. Over here, I'll just have a complete chop out. Around here, I'll just bring it back in. Yeah, all I wanted is just a chopped up drum break to throw on top of it, I suppose. Let's be at least a little creative here, though. Absolutely unnecessary, but whatever. I'm not a fan of that actually, but whatever. Yeah, okay. What was the project I was working on today? I completely forgot what I was doing today. Terraria has one of those late, really? Interesting. What the heck am I doing today now? What is this supposed to sound like now? The drums are not lined up yet over here. Ah! Whoa. My user interface is bugging out. This is not how it's supposed to look. Has this ever happened to you? Ah! Okay, something tells me I'm not gonna get very far in messing with the velocities of the drum set because it's bugging out the moment. But I'll mess with some. I'll try some other drum sets. What kind of drum kit should I go with this? Now we're practically in lo-fi land. Lo-fi land. I would like to continue experimenting with the synthesizer that I used for this, but I think this is probably closed for today. Quite an interesting idea, though. You see, what I wanted to do, well, what I wanted to go into the stream with songwriting is, I feel like obviously the hard part with with hardware and using multiple channels on the hardware, I feel like it's even harder to get out of the like four bar loop, basically. So I kind of experimented a little bit with what I wanted to do, rather, was I wanted to come up with like 3 different melodies or 3 different rhythms or something, and then try to combine them together. I wasn't strongly fixating on that for this, but in practice they kind of turn out to be that way anyways. It does feel kind of weirdly glued together. But I could return to this someday, perhaps. I want to play Mina the Hollower. I want to play Mina the Hollower. I want to play Mina the Hollower. I have to wait until Tuesday to play Mina the Hollower. Tomorrow I'll try to finish up a video that I just started today. Or rather, I wrote the script for yesterday, but started today. Doubt I'm gonna find anyone, but if I see any VTubers making music in the category, then I'll read them. Otherwise, I'll just wrap things up now. This isn't the worst. I don't see anyone, so I guess that will be that. I'll be wrapping up here then. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my stream today. Even though I slept through most of it, no worries, no worries. No worries at all. But yeah, I see tomorrow's no stream. I'm gonna struggle because it's Monday. I'm gonna struggle to recuperate, and I'll try to get some more research and work done. Maybe we'll get a video mostly worked out tomorrow. I'm gonna really want to get back into streaming the day after though, because I wanna rush through Mean the Hollower. I wanna finish it before I find any spoilers. So yeah, once again, everyone, thank you so much again today for stopping by. Hope to see you all again later. Bye bye.